Welcome to CBC Radio 2. It is currently 9:30 in Ontario. 10 o'clock in the station, 8:20 FM Best News in Sports. Now, special video is tonight, and now, before we get into all the stuff I've done in the past years, I want to go down the recaps. Canada last night beat USA 3-2 and are on their way to the semifinals. Now, for the recap of the Leafs December games, reading them off now. Before I go on to them, Mitchell Coach class tomorrow at 1 o'clock on the CBC. Philadelphia versus New York Rangers in Philadelphia. Leafs, they need to get some wins if they want to go to the playoffs this year. For turning to the Leafs December, they had 9 losses, only 4 wins. Very bad. Very bad. Bruins beat them 4-1, and they beat the Rangers 4-2. Also, that was in overtime, 3-2. Caps beat them 4-2. They beat the Hurricanes 2-1. They beat the Leafs 5-4. Canucks beat the Leafs 5-3. Kings beat in a shootout 3-2. Sabres beat the Sabres 3-2. They beat the Isles 5-3. Panthers dominated the Leafs 5-3. Carolina Hurricanes won in overtime 4-3, and Leafs lost to the Jets 3-2 last night. Now, remember those rants I did? Still, if you look back on them, it's not first rant by what they did. I never talked about tiny URLs. If you get a tiny URL that has the move, it actually takes you to a fake YouTube site, because if you see it, it looks like you end back at regular YouTube. Now, toy reviews, you might remember some toys I did back in the day, back in the year. So, I'm going to lay it on you now and do the top 10, the top toy reviews I've done over the years in box arts. You might remember when I did the Gara review. This was you may remember Gara. You remember Gara as my first toy review. As you know, he has kind of held up a bit. But if you look at the rip in his arm, it has a rip and a tear in his arm. And probably some toys, when they're not playing with much, their value goes away. If you get this one in the store, they might not have it. Like a piece might be missing, and no tags. Is a tag. I took the tag off him because it didn't really need a tag. The hair all stands up because I think the back of his head is just hair over there. So that's what happened. These toys, if you buy these toys in stores, they probably, if they don't have a safety sticker on them that says it's been safety tested, they might have been lead paint on this or sharp edges in the body. And Gara, what goes with Gara? He only has 4 fingers on his hand. Look at his hand. It looks like he only has 3 fingers on one and 3 fingers on one thumb. He has 4 fingers on his hand. It's like, what's this, like what's it, a D4 what's it? Gara, what this kind of reminds me of like a toy that has 4 fingers. Looks like a Simpsons character. I know the Simpsons, they also have 4 fingers on their hand. I wish I could sculpt through, because I know in Naruto game, all the characters have 4 fingers. Not Fluffy, they made them. Did they just forget? Did they just forget to put a finger? They could have added right here and have 4 fingers on one thumb. So that's what happened. Cigar, only his arm, his feet, his arms, and his feet are the only things that are posable on his body. And it's the first toy review I ever did, and has a still thing on his back. If you punch him right through the sand to his face, you can actually leave a cut right into his face. Pretty good. Now, when I started doing plushies, I got really attached to some plushies, and as Gara rolled around, some plushies did hold up their appearance. Pikachu was my second plushie I ever reviewed. And if you notice him, not even a single scratch on his body. He hasn't even been, he hasn't even not a single rip in his body. This toy held up in the process of taking him down. He has held up, most of my plushies have held up their appearance. The thing has held up its value. Still has good value to it. It's still a good toy. And that's what happened to this toy. It stayed its value and it really got back and kept its value up and was really good, and it was a great toy. I think this toy held up its value. You remember the Final Fantasy VII toy I did on my first daytime news review? I mean, it's not really. This toy has been held up. Not a single rip in this thing. His sword's a little scratched up on its back because it's kind of held onto his back, and it's kind of held on with glue. It's kind of held on with glue, so they glued it to his back. I think they manufactured these toys. These toys are made by some of these things through maybe Jazzware. Like these toys are made by hand. Like they sewed his look at his hand. His hand right here. It's kind of sewed up in what they sewed. This toy got value too. This toy still kept up its value. Very good. We brought on, when Sonic came in, this toy was great. It still has its 4 hands, so that was Sonic. When I planned on doing a review of Sonic again, I thought Sonic was going to be great. This is kind of like the second generation Sonic, because in the old game you never knew what his eyes were because his eyes were green. So let's make it do. And 3-up. And it's also, this is not made by. You think it's like. See, it doesn't say anything about this sounds that maybe Jazzware because all the proposal readers. Unfortunately, Jazzware also. Now, we want to review these things by band Presto, like a Super Luigi figurine. This still holds up value in the box. As you notice that Mario and Luigi have brown hair and black mustaches. I think they got man. And as you know, they have the official Nintendo seal of quality. Right there. The Nintendo seal of quality. And it says this is a series 1, and it says collect them all. You have Mario, Yoshi, and the Goomba in series 1. 7 and up is not suggestive, but in the good-o meter, rate these 1 being kind of not that great, 5 being recommended, and 10 being, oh god, they know what they were doing. And even with those plushies, give those things, they're just 3 and up. So rate those on the good-o meter, with 1 being totally innocent, or 10 totally knew it. They were a little bit suggested for 3 and up, or 5 being suggested, recommended, or 10. Oh my god, they know what they were doing. And now with the with the Jazzwares toy, right this toy too, the Sonic was Humble. Do you think they could have made his hand, the other hand's clenched into a fist? If you think about a boss laser, it won't do it anymore. Because the other one, it says 10 points of acceleration on this toy, but this toy, the other one's at 24 points. And it gives you a little character information on Sonic the Hedgehog. If you have a box, the feet might be posable, and so his arms are posable. I know his head's posable, his head's kinda right to his body. You know what Sonic shoes have changed back in the days from the old shoes? Shoes are not striped, they're kinda striped up like they did. But if you try to sketch it, you would have to do the whole box art. All the box art, back of the box. You have to enlarge it a bit. And you see, and this is for, let's say, well, these are Jazzwares is a company made in China. This show is made in China. Rate this too. Rate it if it's rate it out of 5. 1 meaning it's not that great. To 3 meaning it's not kind of great, but to 5 meaning awesome toy. And as the birth of Duke Nukem, they do a Forever action figure. Only comes with one gun and a bullet. And you have a little, see, look, you gotta really zoom in here closely because you can barely see the little bullet that he has. There's our boy Duke Nukem. Yeah, I think the commentary, like you say, it says so believable. You don't think that the real Duke was shrinking. Now he's only 7 inches tall, but it's your play with him that matters. And that's probably the birth Duke Nukem part of the video game. And it says here it's true. Bubble. I did see Duke Nukem bubblegum I saw Duke Nukem bubblegum in the stores. They do have it. And it even says something on the back of the box. It says, Duke Nukem. The ultimate alien ass kicker has been shrunk to action size for your gripping pleasure. Whether you're lining up heroes, hordes of real aliens, or just play dolls in your head, you'll never feel at loss for confidence in one-liners with this little Duke at your side. Take this pin-sized Power Series local school or bar as your wingman, and you'll be the envy of your peers. You'll never need to play with another toy again. And he smoked a cigarette on the packaging, but I think he did smoke cigarettes. His mouth has been closed, so he always has a trusty gun with him. But his toy, and it's great. I love it. Remember when I viewed these two trade cards that are box art? They give you a list. I just noticed that they have a list on the back of the box to know what cards you get. And it's really weird. It says stage. It's in Japanese. because they have the Pokemon that's at the they have the Pokemon on the front of the box, but they do have Pokemon that they have the card in the front of the box in front of the window on these two boxes. Rate these box art on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 meaning not the great box art, but 10 meaning the best box art you ever saw. They really held up. They haven't been even ripped or anything. They're still they're in mint condition. Oh buddy, that's a heavy box. This is the Cloud. It's the Cloud Strife one, right? Remember I reviewed this Final Fantasy VII, this Final Fantasy VII toy that I thought was so great. This toy has been a lot made into it. It's kind of a bit dusty still from the days not being played with it. It's never been opened. See, still the same tape. This toy might be worth a value someday. This is number 0. They come from number 0. Well, Cloud Strife, you just get this Hardy, but you get, but the number 1, you only get Cloud Strife, but then you get Tickle Lockhart and the other one, whichever name there is. And still that flap, I need to, man, it's really coming loose with it. I really gotta take this back out. And this is a great toy. Buy in stores, you might have it, and you'll love it. And a lot of other stuff I've done over the years with music hours and movie nights. Movie nights were a really good thing. Because I really had great fun with a lot of toys to do those movie nights. But some people, they weren't happy, they weren't impressed with the movie night, so they said to go back there. And the toys, they said it's pretty good for the toy that has the game, has value. With a toy that's been about a value, some people keep toys in the box, and they can, and with you buy a failed toy and you don't know if it's real or not, you can play with a toy that says, oh god, it has been safe tested. You might find sharp edges or lead paint or any sharp metal objects. It's really a bad thing. And when I was doing these toy reviews, like, I'll take a look back at what I've done over the years. So, but when we were moving, man, the first day before moving to station 820 and changed our radio station, people were the day before we moved all our stuff, people were like getting stuff ready, people were like piling in stuff, people were like hoarding all the stuff in there, and people were talking about they're packing video cameras. But since we moved in here, stuff has been pretty good. We've had the basement's an unfinished basement. We never had a basement. We have unfinished basements, so that's what happens when we have an unfinished basement. We just have we don't have much down there. We don't have anything down there. Just cement. And we've had a lot of animals. Like we had a bird in the studio once that was downstairs in the basement. How it got in probably went down the chimney. We've had another bird. We had a squirrel. Everything. When we take this is my we're gonna take. You won't see much because of the time that we have in here. We might do, upcoming events we're gonna do. I'll still be doing Leafs game recaps and the more journey recaps, and then I'll probably be in the summer. Probably I'll be doing the Summer Olympics time, and And I remember when I want to talk about rants for a bit. The rants that we did were on Viacom, Southern Redstone, and the tiny URLs. Tiny URLs are unidentified users that have found a link have hacked your system and gone in there using they use the scam more. Some people they said they're just doing it as a promise that they're not gonna do it. So and they're going like this, they're going and they're thinking, oh, they're just doing this for fun. They're not gonna try it. No, you need to know these people. If you get an email that has click on a tiny URL and unidentified user that says I love your videos, they're the best. Here's a link with that time. Whatever you do, don't click on that tiny URL. That's what I've been talking about. These do that fake YouTube site that the people don't know any better. Even when Viacom stole, even it's thinking of Viacom when they stole those clips of the YouTubers that upload, give any credit. Did people ever know that they were giving no credit to the game? Because people were going in, were really pissed off. Even when I was really shocked when I saw those people how they could steal YouTube accounts, because some people usually like Kazupa and Bleach 768, South Park 84, Dragon 713, those are unidentified hackers. If you go to tinyurl.com, you'll see all the accounts that have been hacked or had their stolen. Like some people, even Viacom, if you shared pictures or anything online from anything, you need to take those videos down. They have tons of totally of those YouTubers. Tons of YouTubers have been stolen by Viacom because they upload clips without the creator's permission. Because when Viacom handpicked those YouTubers off their videos, they changed the tag. They changed and any credit. They didn't know that YouTube had gone. Because some people they made a response to Viacom. I made a response to Viacom when I saw that video of people that when Viacom stole from you. Those YouTubers, those people that were called stupid, and they didn't give the tags to with Norris Barstool, the biggest freak out rant, and even Covercap, they put in the tag Covercap, and they didn't. They almost changed a lot of the things. They have a lot of other stuff that they've done. Because they put a lot of the things. Even and if you go to Viacom's website, you'll know all the Will Blend videos in there. If you go to iPhone is no longer available. It is now renamed Spike.com. And they were titled as this user video. And all the Will Blend videos. If you go to Spike.com, you'll see all the Will Blend videos are there. The people at the Blend Tech were not happy. They didn't know that their videos had been there. Because if you speak to Blend Tech and tell, and if you have a friend of Blend Tech on YouTube, or the little Blend stuff on Facebook, or like it, or you go anywhere, you can either see something that says, okay, this is going to go on. It will say, but they put a 3 pre-roll ad of other stuff that makes the video load so slow. That site sucks for browsing. I checked the James the Nintendo Nerd Bible Games 3 on the you click on that image of him. You'll see it breaks up the video and game trailers. It sucks to watch the video because the video all buffers up and makes the video so slow. Like they freeze the frame and then they have to buffer it forward and it still keeps playing. And some sites when you close them, you can the background noise does not start off automatically. You're looking at some other stuff, but if you ever seen or see a video that's been picked by an icon, you'll see a pre-roll ad for TV shows that are usually on. But if you get any more other videos, it'll be gone, because if Viacom finds out that you uploaded it off TV or something, they'll find out and put a takedown notice that says you should take down this video clip. It does not. You stole that from TV. What if you point a video camera on TV and then hit record? Because sometimes you have to hit record and you have to, and it's down. Sometimes you can freeze the. Sometimes people have put up a pre-roll ad of 30 minutes for other stuff. Even Smosh got their video taken down by them. They YouTube uploaded that. They uploaded Mark Cobles on YouTube 1985. They uploaded Backwards Singing. That was the one-man show. The one-man show. The TV theme melody. They renamed that. You could rename it Candy Mountain, because and they almost did that. And if you would dancethedevil.blogspot, you'll see what Southern Redstone did with the devil. He got into bed with him. He danced with the devil. And Viacom, they're the biggest corporation. They own a lot. They own Joyce for Nickelodeon, Neopets. They own a lot of stuff. Dora the Explorer, Neopets, and something else. And I wonder if they stole any of the other Smosh pits, like the Pokemon thing, right? I don't know if they did. I bet Smosh, they're making some ka-ching off of us YouTubers. They can actually make a lot of money off YouTubers. We've had so many YouTubers clips stolen from around the world. Everything I've done, every video I've seen, I've never gone on Spike. Only gone on Spike.com TV to watch My 1000 Ways to Die. Viacom does not own. Even Viacom owns Paramount Pictures. If you boot up a Viacom disc, it'll say Viacom, Paramount Pictures, a Viacom company. Viacom has owned a lot of Nickelodeon, like Blue's Clues. Like, they own it, because a long time ago, Nick Jr. owned all the kid shows, like Blue's Clues. Then Nick Jr. Protection of Resistance, and now Nickelodeon owns it. Nickelodeon got its debut. When Blue's Clues debuted, it was actually probably by Nick Jr. But then Viacom probably found the right stuff to own Blue's Clues and put it on Nickelodeon. And because after the show left, Viacom took forever to own the rights to own all the kids shows like Blue's Clues and stuff. But everything, even they might even upload people's clips that they didn't ask the person's permission. Imagine if you go to a Spectacle and there's a YouTube, there's even an Angry Nerd video that's been uploaded by Viacom. They've changed a lot of stuff. With Bluntly 3000, they upload that clip. They upload something like Supercord, Bengal Hungry Kitten. A new keyword has one that's E with the iPad. They uploaded that one. I've seen so many YouTubers clips that were uploaded to Viacom, but they were ones. But they put out a viral video. A lot of time ago, before YouTube was iPhone was bought when YouTube was just coming into existence with the games. But the game was like a game of picking videos that without the YouTuber knowing. The YouTuber might have been asleep and they found a way to hack into the YouTubers and find Viacom must have found a video that they liked, and they said, "Oh, let's take that video off and not give any credit to the YouTubers that upload them. Do you think YouTube got permission? I don't think they ever got any permission from the YouTuber to upload it anyway. And lots of people, they say a lot of stuff. They done a lot of stuff to YouTube. YouTube has crippled us. We've had a few crippled YouTubers. And some videos that I don't have no idea what happens when videos go public, because the YouTube team finds the videos that have copyright notices. If they have, you can share music, and they can actually try to mute the audio and not have any audio. Like, what if you're talking and they don't know that you have it? What if you're doing like a music hour, and you have a band come in and they're doing a music hour on the radio? They don't know. They think you stole it from Sony EMI because it contains music from Sony EMI. Because I think YouTube owns Sony, because Sony is pretty good, but I have no idea why some videos are private. They make the videos, some YouTubers, they make the videos private so you can't find them. They make the videos so private. It's like a fist to the face when they've been private or they've been removed. Like, I'm trying to find the videos that were removed from the Cool TV intros, and I can't find them. They say I got 48, but I have 51. How can that be? They say, oh, we don't want to give you any videos. We don't like it. So they said, hell no. Did they even give up? Did they even give themselves? Because I have a lot of Stopsies. With Stopsy, we found he doesn't like if I can't either what they did to YouTube. Remember the last movie we watched? Remember all those movie dates? Because sometimes they put a sticker over to the set, and they don't even know how many hours it is, how many hours or minutes it is. Some discs. Remember, I still do those rants. You know, discs how they don't have run. You can never see runtime. They could tell you there are 2 discs. Like who's gonna watch? This is about the main feature. No one's gonna watch the special features about the movie. And this is the second movie. This is the second Bleach movie. And this time, this guy in the old movie, he almost forgot his body. But in this video, he got a bit smarter in this video. They made it smarter. They left up some of the characters. Like, and after that, it's pretty cool, because you have a lot of those videos and they take forever to get uploaded, because you gotta watch the video and then upload the new video. But with guys doing videos, I remember when I did this Fallen Legends, we haven't seen Fallen Heroes yet. But tonight I'm gonna take a stand here. I'm gonna take a 1 week break, because nothing's coming, because I don't have anything left to review. And but I might do some comedy, probably whipping a few more music out, if I can find some more CDs from various artists, like whip of everything. And we can do anything we want. I can get Adam Sandler here to confirm and say, oh, okay, Adam Sandler, do you want to come here and do your comedy I'll laugh at you. Well, I think I'm gonna call him. We're gonna call him next week, so we'll have to be doing that. Toronto has to step up, because they're not doing so good as they have to do this year, because they want to be playoff competitors. You want to go there, but you can't really do much, because if you're going there, you can't really do anything right, because they might make playoffs this year. After 4 years they had that coach for, they haven't even made playoffs. They have been shot out of the playoffs, because that coach isn't tough. In 3 years, they should have gone to the gym and say, we don't want this coach. This coach isn't a good leader for us. We want a better coach. The GM is friends with the coach. They should have never hired him. They should have fired Pat Quinn. They should have kept that coach. That coach was great. He could still be coaching the Leafs and lead them to playoffs again. Because they got so many players injured, and even with Wilson, he did something bad that I was totally against when I found out. He sent Kadri to the Marlies. Kadri belongs to the Leafs. He doesn't belong in the frickin' AHL. He belongs in the AHL. He's ready for it. Because he's been in the OHL, the NHL for a year. For 2 years he was in the junior leagues. He doesn't belong in the minors. He belongs up with the he belongs up in the NHL. So that's why I'm so pissed off with Wilson. Even some coaches were fired also. Paul Maurice was fired as the coach they got Kirk Muller, the Carolina Hurricanes got him. Bruce Boudreau was fired, and became the Ducks head coach, and then they got Dale Hunter became the new coach of the Washington Capitals. They either actually hired players that used to play with the team. I don't know about Kirk Muller if he played for Carolina or Hartford or anything, or before they were. Because I was shocked when Atlanta went bankrupt. I thought it was Phoenix, because Phoenix was the next one to go, because people wanted to see Winnipeg come back. They weren't, because some teams they kept their names and then just put the new city they went to, like Atlanta Flames. They just went off to Calgary and kept the name Flames and just named the Calgary Flames. Even the Anaheim Ducks, before they were the Mighty Ducks. People, when they saw the movie The Mighty Ducks, they said, "Oh, we're not gonna name the Mighty Ducks." Well, look what you got. Look what you got, buddy. When they first came, they named them the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Now they're just the Ducks because they took the word Mighty out. Even the North Stars, they took the word North and had stars, and they changed the All Stars. But when Winnipeg came back, they didn't know if they were gonna call the team the Jets, because they didn't know if they were called the Jets, because they don't know. They don't know if they were gonna call their team the Jets, because people had Jet sweaters on. They were going, "Save our Jet." And when you watch the documentary with the Jets before they moved to Phoenix, they said "Save our Jets." They wanted to save the arena and have the Jets on there. So, but the Jets but they said, "Let's have a vote. What do you want to call our Winnipeg team?" They said Jets, and the Jets won again. So the Jets were back. But then Minnesota, they were first called the Minnesota North Stars. They left the Minnesota team, the Minnesota Wild. The Hamilton didn't really want a hockey team in Ontario, but they didn't want to have another hockey team in Ontario because they only had two hockey teams they have in Ontario, in the province of Ontario, are Ottawa and Toronto. They didn't want to have Hamilton because Lemieux said, he said, "Okay, this is what's gonna happen. If I don't get a new arena built, I'm gonna have to pull out my share. I'm gonna have to pull out my shares of the. I'm gonna have to sell the team." But they paid off a lot of money to have the team still there. And when you buy a movie because if you buy a movie they have a lock in this thing. So if you look on this, the green thing I've got, the red means this TV has been locked. They unlock before they go like this. They go like this, and it unlocks the TV, and they even check this. Every day a victim's overdue or a movie's overdue, they charge you $1, and you have to report if it's damaged or anything. They say report this to the library. Do not attempt to clean the disc, because they give instructions. In this DVD they say handle display edges. Store DVD disc case when not in use. TVs are checked upon return. Very good. Do not to clean the disk. Report any problems to library staff. Very important too. That's two important things. And your car rebuild for any damages that you had to this. Say if you have cracked it or anything happened, it might be billed to your car because they may stamp your they may stamp on your library card that you can't check out any more books because you don't have good discs. People they might figure out a way to put the disc. Some people might put the disc in the flat side down and put the clear side of the disc upside down because and good thing they don't have the snap-ons because I have those little snap-ons and put on the disc. Just close fine, just tear them. You can just tear those snap-ons off because the disc closes fine. Even I don't like to use when they come with a lot of crap. So crappy. And some DVDs come with a warning. They come with a warning. Do not restrict. They may come with a warning. Like this DVD is rated. It's rated teen because they may contain violence or anything that becomes violent. Maybe becomes a little violent for children to watch. Some people like movies. When you're talking movies, they have a movie that might be it says PG. Sometimes some scenes might be offensive. Even with movies, cliches that I hate about movies. Have you ever been trying to find your seat in the movie fades to black? They can't even transfer the other scene without fading to the black thing. And even here's another stuff I hate. The 360 shot, that's when the camera warps around. Well, let's be artsy. Let's spin the camera around. And even the trip in movies, when the people are in change, they always trip and fall over. And sometimes they don't get they crawl in their hands like their legs have been chopped off. Even in other movies, when if you trip, even when they do the shots of a car exploding, like they show so many angles. That's another cliche I hate in movies. And I'm gonna do a top 10 things that here's top 10 sequels that I think were not as good as the when there's another part to it. The things that are not as good as the first game you play it. But some stuff is better. Here's here's my top 5 here's the top 5 best N64 games on the market. I'm going to top 5 best and top 5 and the top 5 worst top 5 worst, let's see, top 5 worst top 5 worst and top 5 best N64. Number 5, the N64 era, Donkey Kong 64. That was great. It was a great game. It brought the Donkey Kong franchise back after 3 Donkey Kongs were released on Super Nintendo. Number 2 was Star Fox 64. That Star Fox brought people to their brought Super Nintendo fans to their knees when Star Fox first came out for the Super Nintendo, and had better storyline. And now there's Star Fox 64 3D for the Nintendo 3DS. Another game is Majora's Mask. It was a pretty interesting game. You had to do a thing in 3/8 or you die, and the world would come. You get an ocarina you could play back and try your best to you could send it back to the first dawn on the first day, and you had to do 72 hours. That was pretty good. Another one was the Bond 007 for number 4. N64, I chose James Bond 007 because it was a pretty good game. You could play it was alternating two-player mode. So you could put one person with hostage and you could shoot James Bond, or you could shoot, or if you were the hostage, James Bond could shoot, Bond can kill you. Number five, the Philosophy Pokemon Puzzle League. It was another game released also in Pokemon Stadium. Pokemon Puzzle League was like the original Puzzle League. You got 8 badges, but I never played it. If I can find it, I'll try to know how good it is. Probably as good as the other Pokemon games that were on Game Boy. Now, but let's not forget this is the worst one. In the N64 era, there's also some bad games. The worst game I remember was Super N64 because the ring stage was really bad because you gotta be at the right altitude to fly. That's all I have to say about that game. Then there was Wet Tricks. Oh my god, Wet Tricks was the worst game I ever saw. Wet Tricks was a game that was really hard to play because you had to build a bridge or it would collapse. And that's Wet Tricks was one of the worst games produced for the N64. Even I hate the name probably there was another game that was really bad for the N64 was Mario Kart 64 because the control stick was very repulsive. Was very bad because it was the hardest game to play because you would drive a car, but when you're playing two-player alternating mode, your car the buttons did not give you a chance. You had to use a control stick and the N64 controller has some of the worst controls for driving games. With N64, with the GameCube, isn't that bad for games like Burnout. You can turn your car into everything. And then that was number 3. Number 4 in the worst game for the NES had to be probably Super Mario 64. I know some people say it's a good game, but I think it's a bad game because you have to jump at the wall and try to get into portraits. But some games are so repetitive. You have to know what buttons to press to kill Bowser and rescue the princess. And number 5, one of the worst games I think. Probably had to be probably Nagano because you couldn't even select one of the best games ever, hockey. You had to get the original one, then you get another version of it that had hockey included. You even had like crappy games like curling. I think I wanted to play that. That's pretty good. Now, with the PlayStation first came out, that's when Crash made his first appearance with this thing, Crash Bandicoot 1. But as Crash Bandicoot progressed, they got Cortex was number 2, Warp was 3, then then Crash Entranced, and everything like that. So Crash Bandicoot Warp was actually Crash Bandicoot 3. Wrath of Cortex made its appearance to the PS2 and even the GameCube. Crash made its jump to the GameCube. If you look at the back of the GameCube cartridge that says Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, you'll see it says Crash Bandicoot's first game on the GameCube. They got a few Crash racing games. They had Crash Nitro Kart and stuff like that. 2 was named 2. There was another one, Twinsanity, after that. That's when Evil Crash was introduced. But remember that fake Crash, that one with big eyebrows and stuff? That was Fake Crash. Fake Crash made his appearance in 2. I think there was a glitch that occurred that made you see Fake Crash. pretty good. But I never saw Fate Crash. I never played a lot of Crash Bandicoot games. I shot Crash Bandicoot 1. Didn't see 2 or anything. I did play Warped a few days with PS2 controller. It's pretty good. But when Crash Bandicoot, they only included Crash number 1. He had that girlfriend Tawana Bandicoot. That was the only girlfriend. But when Tawana left after 1, and then Coco and Crash's sister was involved. Lots of people thought she was just another Bandicoot. They just changed Tawana's name to Coco, but it was actually Crash's sister. But then Tawana made her appearance in Crash Bandicoot Twin Sanity. She came back for another round. And that was the end of her. After Twin Sanity was gone, she was gone too. They made a lot of crappy characters, like Brio. He was a great character. But then Cortex's niece had to take the spotlight of Brio. And Brio is gone. Was gone after the Cortex rolled around. And then Crunch debuted in Wrath of Cortex. This was Crunch's first. That was Crunch's first game. And he was supposed to be a clone of Crash, but he didn't have he was half robot. He had the robotic arm to have but at the end because that evil mask who breaks the evil spell that holds Crunch captive, and Crunch becomes good. That's a little lame endings for some games. Some games are really lame. Some games have horrible endings. Like in Naruto in story mode. It didn't really have much of a story. It was just a mode that you would feel if you try to become Hokage. There was once in the game, in the opening ending for Halo 2, and Master Chief he said he was finished fighting Halo 3. And then there was some of the worst games there were some games on 3DO that was really bad, like Jurassic Park. It would freeze up before your character would die. So that's what happened. Now another game that really bit the dust, I remember, was Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. That was the game that was released. And it had that thing where the guy says, take your damn clothes off, and gave you options to pick what to do. That's what happened. And then there was some bad games for the NES, like Jaws. Oh, that game was pretty bad because you had to destroy Jaws. It was the hardest game ever. You could Jaws' life bar would go down as soon, slower than drinking a can of pop, and it would go down more. And some Back to the Future games, Marty didn't look like Marty. Why do you have a black mustard? Where's the red jacket? And but Super Back to the Future Part 2 for the Super Nintendo, it was in Japanese, but I played that game, and it's pretty good because it has the Back to the Future theme. Some of the movie in 8-bit format, it wasn't that great. It sounded like crap. Because it was really crappy in 8-bit format, but 16-bit, oh my god. Back to the Future Part 2 had the best. It had the best graphics ever. Marty was in the red jacket. The DeLorean made an appearance in the beginning. The boss fights were nice. Everything. It follows the story. It follows the Back to the Future Part 2 when it goes back to 1958, and then something went wrong in the future. So that's what happened. Now now as we roll into New Year, I want to wish everyone, again, all a happy New Year. Hope you all had a good Christmas. I thought you had a great Christmas. And I thought you enjoyed these newscasts. It's time to take a break now, and I think it's pretty good. We will review. I'll try to get my things in order as soon as I can get the stuff in order. So it's gonna have a great time. I want to take a break. I want to take a minute now and have some movies we're gonna review. I don't have them with me, but looking at the cover, looking at the shelf, we have a lot of movies that we haven't reviewed yet. Like we've seen Emma Elm Street, but we haven't seen much of the movie. We have to keep watching movies. We probably do a revamp of them. Watch two discs, 2 DVDs a night. So that's why. And I like the newsroom. It's better than my old newsroom. I didn't have many lights, but now I have spotlights, and it's great.
Watching?
Not watching anything. And it's great. And we have spotlights here. I have more room. A long time ago when I was doing the newscast when I first got the station, this room was quite a mess. I did not recommend it. I had boxes all over the place for stuff. I had a lot of clothes to hang up. It took a long time to get the stuff set up. So I had a large bookshelf in my. I had to have a large book. I had a bookshelf in my room. Put all my DVDs in order. I might do that tonight because I don't have them all in order. So I'll have to put it all in order again. So probably good. So, but we had a lot of stuff to do. We had to, because our boss was really stern with us at station 485 FM, Best News and Sports, or while it was still burning daylight. He was really stern. He wanted to see our movie be clean, and he had to have our newsroom cleaned up, and have everything clean and off the floor, and have a lot of other stuff. So, but as we wind down to the last minute of this newscast, I wanted game glitches. Some glitches are really bad in some games. Like, if some glitch can occur, that makes the game run slow or freeze. Like some games, like when I'm playing Shadow Hedgehog, I was on the second stage and the game just totally froze on it. Like froze when I was going up. Even Mario, just like in Mario 3, I had a glitch happen. He just kept walking. He just kept walking. And then you just hit an enemy and we just walk by him. He can even walk over little ledges. And lots of games are really bad. Some games like Castlevania 4, on the game, you have to grab those rings with your whip. But sometimes it's so hard to get close to the thing and get an accurate hit. You have to swing yourself across and hold the control pad in a location. Trying to get it. So that's out for it. And that's all the time I have for now. I'm gonna take a break now and get all stuff off the freezer in my room. We have a freezer all food. And I'll be on to the newscast from Matt and bring it to you. I'll have an update with the World Juniors and the Windows Studies and our gold medal game. So that's all the time I have for today. From holding after 8 to 20 FM, where I was Burnhead, Bet News and Sports and movie reviews. Right, and I'll see you all in a week. Good night, everyone.